拜拜。好，设定好了。游玩剧情，我是神域原罪2，还感觉还不错玩的游戏，我看过别人玩过。探险经典确认是啊，荣耀8成就是拼3级的啦。更加狡猾一点，他们将使用最下流的手段。绝不是失败，你的成长无法恢复。原本已经充满困难的策略，更成了挑战性。和平的探索。哦，这是选择难度。经典哦，好有名气。别太大声，太小声，太多了，好像没有回应我哈。哎呀，不应该跳时装，跳时装音乐会不见，但是还是主。矮人、精灵、矮人，非常的矮人。哎呀，精灵，这真的是精灵吗？好吧，他可能他的种族设计可能跟我们普通人知道的种族设计不太一样。管他的，战斗法师、牧师、魔法师，战斗法师应该是魔剑士之类的感觉吧。哦，这里是时空隐刃，哇，盗贼，你那个盗贼很大。有招暗影吐息是一样的。留下，桥上，变行者，可以变杨树吗？战士、法师、魔法师、武士， 矮人的亡灵，天赋有5。矮人的天赋就是比较硬啊。然后这是已经有创好的。我不要用创，我用一只精灵。狡诈。所以矮人玩4颗会比较好用。因为矮人会多一点偏心。游戏不是应该要创很多个角色吗？有一个，我不想创矮人的，然后，不要，我们创精灵，精灵比较好看，到的。我喜欢。10倍了，它是不是有故事？
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Better luck next time.
Almost got me that time.
Better luck next.
Glory is mine. Almost got me that.
Meet your maker.
我脑筋就算点错之后，也可以再重点。影乐应该是比较偏激魔法气氛的感觉，盗贼是纯物理部分，因为它一个有主题的，有一个有主题的。刚刚那是什么？药剂价格。好，不知道我该把什么剪掉，但是我想点动物。好像没什么差，可能是我不够那个吧，我有点听不太出来。你有点怪怪，那盗贼会套这个头盔很重要。
I used to be a slave. Kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the master sing a very different kind of song.
他是野人，他原本别是野人，然后我一定要把他完成盗贼，好像也不是不行。哎，你超显眼的，你知道吗？变形学派。 为什么我这样就可以？好哦，因为它原本就是夜刃，现在玩夜刃的时候可以多一点，好像。好不好？然后还是它的夜刃。这样。 就改是这样。
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken, but instead I became part of their story.
What a dismal way to wake, in the belly of the beast. Let's see if I can grope my way out. Still, not the worst bed I've ever slept in. Where did I leave my calipers?
To write to headquarters right away.
点了一个实验区域。哦，我记得我有提出过在他很喜欢的。
Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you.
There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to... In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for some...
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
我要旁边又配音哦。
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps... Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wit. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirth.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among... Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow.
哎，你要我调查哎？
Ah, there you are. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all rat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman?
The young woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers.
Who indeed? Why, my name is,
The children break out into...
I say, it...
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin.
Yeah, okay, you found...
She turns to you, dark-eyed...
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play... You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. As quickly as they came, the clouds...
Good luck, Chief.
哎呦，那不简单哦。
Do you know Losa? She's a really good... Are you an elf? What?
You look a little bit elfish.
Name?
进原岛是好像是抓我们。
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy.
对呀。
It was one of them. I know it.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ear.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
It is simultaneously too detailed and Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
我可以作为我的角色思考，我也可以作为一个心灵的角色来讲。
Most unusual. And if it's not too rude to suggest, no. I want this text tells me that where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Now please run along. I have a world to
No amount of pestering will...
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben-Nest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
哎，有没有把任务标
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
真的。
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben-Nest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded, a sly smile playing on his face.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander.
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across. Ifan grins.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. No. The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with.
He glances over at...
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy. I've heard a lot. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might
What are you conspiring about over there? You!
Oh, don't mind him. Fixed.
Name!
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down.
Away with you!
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet.
Locked.
Well, well. What have we here?
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discolor. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Goodness gracious me.
I spent my life singing for my slave. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this.
The acceptable distance for you to keep from me is at least...
I'll give you that knuckle.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. He raises an eyebrow.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that? The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your
And?
That right? I always knew you'd turn out thoughts and then nest.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of... But there's more. Listen close. There now, just like that. Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Sporting my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort... Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my...
The dwarf leans back from the table and...
That'll be all. Thank ye kindly, kiddo.
He continues stroking his...
I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
Did you see the body? They ought to let...
我也这么想啊，但是我没办法摸到你啊。可能没有错，我真的，因为我心里，我只要上去舔一下，我就知道发生什么事。我没办法说他背对我，我就舔。
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Take it easy, Chief. You don't want to get noticed for the wrong...
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go! Woof!
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you it's...
是我要想个办法，找知道谁是犯人。有人可以给我一点建议吗？
Oh, Alexander, grant me pay. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours?
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, burning.
My, look at the there you have it, see? For your own peace of mind.
所以我的力量现在是被限制的，难怪我无法做那3个。
Huh, this again.
有个书哎，小嘛。
If you'll be pardoning. They're everywhere now. The Magisters. In my hometown, you can't throw a shoe without hitting one.
Right. I always
The acceptable distance for you to keep from me is at least...
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, we've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister, you faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear... You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking Magisters.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor...
Yes, I did. But of course...
She turns her head and looks...
There are others whose lives must end.
Good. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac.
我是预言师，然后他叫纪元导师，所以他们的目标就是消灭我们。进化我们。
It means your journey draws to a close.
She reaches for her collar and simply...
I'm just about...
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come.
She smiles with...
Precise.
啊，在想，所以我是害谁打我看看。哦，屁事啊！好，也没什么好打的。
What's happened?
What happened? Water? Why, for goodness sake?
The lizard's eyes close. You shake the lizard by the The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. His great beard... The dwarf lies in a heap. You hear a faint thud. Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground. His eyes flicker. Lucy. Ifan cries out. Then...
那时候我们带着项圈的躲起来，对，躲起来。
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing...
他们一时半刻内不会醒。
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. A bright light blinds you, then fades. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. She reaches a hand toward the memory's end. You are no longer. The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. It sneezes suddenly.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Please, make it stop.
The dog whines.
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Thank the gods.
He eyes the collar circling your...
Another sorcerer! Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Your lot.
防御太高了。我懂他的算法，护甲，对有护甲的人而言，护甲是很麻烦。啊，走！好了，我觉得我要掰了。好难哦！然后我大概知道这种游戏怎么玩，但是有难度。我想想哦，还是我们玩看一个战士，说不定有比较好。刺客要一个人存活真的有点难度。因为你是个刺客，而且他门都可以直接砸开。懂，我会玩，我真的会玩了。这没有我想的那么简单。还是我想玩看法师，因为听说这有些法师蛮屌的。那才是试玩啊，现 现在要正式开始进入看法师了。完全精灵法师。法师都是召唤的，它其实是召唤术，然后的法术是有分法系的。烈火法师，因为如果精灵玩法师会增加一点补血，我蛮在意的，这点还是蛮重要的。
Try again. I'm ready.
Prepare yourself.
Meet you. Try again.
Try again.
对呀，好像有死灵法师这个玩意哈。哦，这个人。好，要多大？不要从电视里，就像我会的东西会改变，但是，对，我可以这样重新选择，或者我可以单纯的火法师啊，死灵法师有什么操纵事情？起源，我是一个学者。一个神秘的人，一个小丑的基因体。重来一次，我回来了。它好像有些东西可以剪，然后可以去做东西的啦，所以要很清楚什么东西该剪，什么东西不该剪。
So it wasn't a dream after all.
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me. Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that. There. Not too tight, I hope. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to... You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the offices. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Oh, do go on. I won't hold it. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? So let's just leave it on, shall we? For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. No, you're alive, and you're having a conversation. You...
Index fingers pressed to her?
My word. Oh, well, I'm sure a new...
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Oh boy.
Come on, please, Losa. Be good, you scallywags.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle.
Here's the register. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the...
Sorry, you head up.
Keep those bubbles tried on her. And if she tries to...
Standing at the center of the room...
So you would...
Yes, I did.
She turns her...
There are others.
Skur, you there, sorcerer. Go and fetch...
By all means.
She reaches for...
I'm just a...
Subdue her, men, quickly. If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with...
Precise.
What's happened?
哦，所以我开场会拿到什么武器，还是随机的？我有空看一下，我先看一下那个文字哦。
Gods damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick. not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Great gods, something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was painted recently. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither doesn't budge.
我打的是那个玩意吗？好香！
That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes.
Said there were other people down there.
Wait, you see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait! Void Woken!
Bugs would sink their ship on my watch.
跟没看那还有没走哎，有点评论。
I thought void woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph. Warning is mine.
you're gonna be the death of...
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait! Void Woken!
Beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
哦，刺客的正确玩法。他那个怎么那么多啦？地雷。都可以卡掉啦。哎，你烧队友啦！我的尸体会爬回来。哦，月结束。好，等你哦。他才一回合就可以把这个解决掉。
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister C1's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister C1 reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboard. C1 struggles to her feet, clinging to you tight.
It's ripping the ship apart.
你已经倒地昏倒，你还可以讲话？
This is it. She's.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
those Voidwoken made short, bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? This must be Fort Joy. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
地图显示这边有个传送点，是吧？
This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it'll last.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you and...
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Well, elves eat people and their pets. Elves don't know the alphabet. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they've got... You didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see. Guess I am.
画面也太屌了吧！
bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with us. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock...
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't. You have my...
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the making. Now then, if there's nothing further. I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing.
He sighed.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once.
As for myself, when I consider this, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along... What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean just...
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates.
That said, the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne this and that. On the other hand, fine. On what? For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my... Jolly good. So, now that... Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, as a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards then to victory.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper for... As your luck would. Of course, there are other...
我怎么把视角绑回去啊？这人超好。
Black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity, its eyes clear.
Now speak. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escape.
If you can tell the god...
This can't be serious, Alexander.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, elf!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes...
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in the fate of our realm. Dallas?
Yes, you're...
What a waste. Come.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
The cat's eyes are cloud. It appears confused.
Hey, lady. It's a lot nice. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of... Where should I put this one?
其他人不知道去哪。我想先往森林看一下。我怎么把视角切成了战术视角？
I've spotted something.
up to a skeleton unlike any you have ever seen before. Approaching, you hear a bugger.
How on earth am I?
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling shut.
Damnation. That's stuck fast. I wonder. Ah! No! Actually, you don't seem half as threatening as those creatures in red. Run along, won't you? Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable. A face that seems rather stubbornly... I would normally employ a tool to... I could then craft a mask to hide my bone.
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as...
Because my own was stolen from me! Oh, get away! You are simple beasts. And you simply do... So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features. Oh, please. No, but once I have and then I can return to... At least from this realm. As for the others... A cult? Hardly. I could ask you to imagine an eternal... We studied the mystery, but I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them. We will... Well, that hardly seemed several centuries. If I was sealed in a tomb for daring, perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate. I suppose. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would say... Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps... Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality. But being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for... Ah, you seek a more subtle approach. How surprisingly civilized. Very well. What do you require? I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, splendid. Very well.
我只要这样讲的话，问他问我想要手摇同伴，我只要讲好，他就变成那样的角色。
Is it not enough that you travel? Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find any method in it.
Where is she? You go with us. Who are you? Never mind.
She leans forward.
Please do.
发现我们的西的王子没有跟上。我可以打他吗？
What's happening to these turtles? They're transforming.
哦，好，我必须打他。 我要死了。你要干啥啦？我遇到 bug 了吧？那是烟雾啦，我看不到过。我对吧？烧死。原来如此。乱砍。
Swallowed too much seawater by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
他是普通，所以他控制反而会回去。我打不开，再次做那个啥？打！我打！我打！再打！会两个一起打吗？
You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig.
She eyes you suspiciously.
Please.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find the child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with the child nods and reaches up to you. As you hold her,
you can have this. I found it up.
She nestles back into her spot on the ground and starts tracing.
不要给了我做。啊，我们先玩这样，反正接下来也是真的有点帅。 然后如果点到那个就会追。
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find any method in it.
啊，好的。